Okay guys, I'm going to show you how I water my trellis plants. Here I've got this trellis with tomato plants, and what I do is I have this plastic bag that I made. I'm going to show you how to make this bag. And I fill it full of water, and it's got holes poked in the bottom of it so the water can drain out really slowly, and that way I can basically irrigate or water my trellis line really slowly, and it actually works really well. So I'm going to show you how this works. Alright, so let me show you guys the things that you're going to need to do this. Basically, well, you're probably going to have an iron, you're probably going to have an ironing board, so those things. But what you need is some parchment paper. I got a segment of parchment paper here, and some plastic sheeting or painter's plastic. You basically want to get the thickest millimeter of plastic sheeting you can. The thicker, the sturdier. Also, it irons better. The thin, I've tried the really, really thin and cheap stuff, and it shrinks too much when you iron it, so it doesn't quite work out so well. So that's really all you need, and you can do this. Now I'm set up so I can show you guys what I'm going to do here. So basically, I've got this parchment paper, and I folded it in half, long ways, and I took also the plastic sheeting, and I folded it in half, like a hot dog. And I have the parchment paper surrounding the plastic sheeting, because what we're going to do is we're going to melt the plastic sheeting together. Okay, and you don't want the plastic sheeting melting to, say, your ironing board or something like that, or to the iron. The parchment paper is basically going to act to shield the iron and the ironing board from the melting plastic. So, what I'm going to do now is do my best to line up the edges. Then I'm going to make a seam, essentially, about 1.5 inches. And so I'm going to take the iron and just like I'm ironing clothes, I'm just going to iron this plastic. And since I have the iron, it's hot. You just need to have it hot enough to melt the plastic. I think I have mine right before the steam setting. And then I just run it down the edge here. And then I can see, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of like, it looks like it's sticking to the parchment paper. That's like an indicator that it's melting and it's working. Peel the parchment paper back. It's going to be hot, so let it cool just a smidge, but it cools really fast. So, and you can see here, I've already formed a seam. See, it's already melted together, and that's exactly what we're going for. We got to do it all the way down the length, and then on the ends, and that's basically the bag, except for a couple of holes. Careful. Okay. That's it. I did all 3 edges. Now, I've got it set up here. This is basically where I'm going to want it. And I've got the hose. Okay. And what I want to do is cut a hole on in the bag, just on one side of it, so that I can fit the hose through. Okay, I cut a hole in the bag, as you can see, and I put the hose into the bag. Hopefully you can see that. And it's filling full of water right now. Okay, so the bag is full of water. As you can see, I situated it so that the seam was pointing up. I think it's just a little bit more convenient, especially because I cut my hole in the bag towards the top. And so now all I got to do is I take this thumbtack, just a standard thumbtack, and I'm going to basically get back here. Kind of hard to see, and I'm just going to poke holes in the bag. I'm just going to do that everywhere I kind of feel like along the bag. You do too many and the bag will drain really fast. So you kind of just want to have a good balance of holes. Maybe in particular, put the holes where your plants are situated so the water goes there first, or focus there. And so, but I'm also on a slope, so I have to do some kind of towards the bottom of the slope. And okay, I can feel it, water coming out a little bit. A couple more holes. And that's it. It's done. So now I've got this this method for watering my tomato plants. I can come out here, fill up the bag of water, turn off the hose, walk away, and it's going to slowly soak the soil. Super simple, cheap. Plastic sheeting is super cheap. You can get it at Walmart or pretty much anywhere. If you have any questions, please post in the comments below. Bye.